There's always some young guy looking to take the crown from the king. I see it every year. Rumor has it you're going to be a player in this league real soon.
Yeah, I got some game.
Some game ain't enough game in this league. Keep working. Maybe one day you'll be someone to worry about.
Hey, man, don't get too comfortable out there. I'm coming for you. Believe that. You hear that?
What?
The sound of this top-of-the-line finely tuned sports car about to pass you like a tired old ride that's standing still.
I know you didn't just call me a tired old rod.
Nah, man. I'm just messing with you. We good.
Good, because I was about to teach you a little about respect.
Yeah, right. We get after it on the court.
Let's get it.
On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Orlando Magic are ready for this thing to get started. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Just off a road trip, the Pacers are back at home. And you look at this team, pretty impressive. Certainly a playoff contender with the third-best record in the East.
Kevin, they may be the most dangerous team in the NBA right now. They're certainly not who you'd want to have to take on in the playoffs, that's for sure, with the way they're playing.
Yeah, they've got a lot of momentum going here at the end of the regular season, and that's exactly what you want. They're a dangerous team.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Orlando. At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Ryan Vucevic are the power forward and center. And it's the kid in at the 1 spot. The shot by Mahinmi, no good. Last outing for Indiana, they won that game against the Knicks in New York.
They looked very stable, pretty much from the get-go, guys. A solid output, solid effort. And, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game, but they were pretty solid there.
I was very impressed with the balance they displayed, guys. Different people carrying the load, scoring, making assists, unselfish play. Everything was working for them to get that victory.
Well, last season the fans in Indiana finally came back in bunches to support their hometown Pacers. In the top 10 in attendance, up from 25th in 2013.
Here's West. He drains the turnaround jump shot. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's the kid. He's guarded by Hill. The kid off target from outside. For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Hill drives in. That's good.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
The Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's the kid, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And I know you guys saw him talking with the opposition at midcourt before the game. I got the feeling it wasn't exactly a friendly conversation.
I don't really have a problem with him chatting it up. I mean, I'm not a guy that endorses that, but I don't have a real issue with it either when you're going at an opposing star. But you better be able to back that talk up. You can't go running off at the mouth unless you can put some action and some numbers behind it.
Now here is Hill. A 26-point game for him in the win against New York.
And when you talk about his scoring, Kevin, I mean, with the defense trying to pressure him, I thought he did a really nice job of getting them to overcommit, and that's how he got himself to the free throw line.
It's taken away by Stuckey. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. George sets a screen for Hill. Pass to Mahinmi. and misses it off the right side of the rim.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
The kid passes to Fry. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Fry's got his first points of the night.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
That's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Hill kicks to George. There's the pick. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. George has got his first bucket in this one.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake. You know, the league doesn't always update players' heights after they enter the league. Paul George, 6'10" after a late growth spurt following his rookie season in the NBA.
No good from the kid.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Stuckey against Oladipo. Hill dishes to George. Six on the shot clock. Lets it go from 11, and it's blocked. Harris outside. 1:56 left in the first. And the rejection by Mahinmi. Now, here's Fry, averaging 9 points per contest. Here's the kid. Bounces high off the rim and drops. The kid's got 5. And Paul George with great athleticism and fluidity at his side.
Yeah, he makes it really look easy. He's a very gifted athlete.
5 seconds left in the first quarter. Takes the 3, and that one's good. 5 points in the game.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
There's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the Either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
And you get a chance early on to see their depth. They got a nice effort from their bench players early in this game.
Yes, Steve, I tell you what, their subs have really packed the punch for them so far.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. The kid in at shooting guard. Andrew Nicholson out there with Gordon. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Peyton in at the point guard. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Magic have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And as a team, they're shooting about 75% on the year.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. West comes in for Luis Scola. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for C.J. Myers. And it's Hill in for C.J. Watson.
George Hill, an efficient combo guard. He was acquired by the Pacers in a draft day deal back in 2011. That was the Kawhi Leonard trade, with Leonard, of course, going to the Spurs. It's a trade that benefited both sides.
And the Magic making a change here. Fry's checked in. Hill with it. Now guarded by the kid. George sets a screen for Hill. Hill left side. It's holding by Fry.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Oladipo, the pass to the kid. Kept alive Orlando, but they recover it. Puts up the baby hook, and he gets it to go. The kid's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
Hill kicks to George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. George has got the lead up to 1 now for the Pacers.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Roy Hibbert has now mastered what he calls, quote, the straight up. He once saw Dwight Howard in the finals jump and absorb contact without fouling, and Hibbert thought to himself, I've got to learn how to do that. In drills, his coach, Frank Vogel, made him defend 2 players at once without fouling. At first, he wanted to give up, but guys, that is how he perfected it.
He sure has. Coach Vogel making sure the refs honor it. Doris, thanks. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
And now a look at George Hill. Some of the numbers for him. Going well for him this season. He's around 14 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. And those are tremendous assist totals. You don't even need the numbers, really, to see just how confident he is with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, that's really accurate, Steve. I mean, he is loving playing the quarterback for them.
Stuckey right side. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. And the Pacers lead by 2. Magic have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. No good from the kid.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Hill dishes to Stuckey. Wide open look. The shot is off. So Orlando will take it the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
That was a heck of a performance for them offensively. There were some stretches there where it just seemed like everything was falling for them.
And it wasn't by accident they shot it that well. Their ball movement was excellent. That was the key to me.
Now some of the numbers NBA wingman have been putting up from the field this season are truly impressive. Have a look at the top shooters among them. 5th best, Paul George.
Well, that is such an efficient group offensively. That's really the best way to describe them. Nothing forced, just solid, smart shots.
And at small forward, that's the only way to post that kind of percentage. I mean, just letting them fly from the perimeter isn't going to get it done. You got to get it inside some, too.
Hill passes to Mahinmi. It's stolen by Oladipo. Here's the kid. It's rebounded by Stuckey.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
Orlando trailing here. Here's the kid. He's got 13. Dishes it to Fry. Pass to the kid for 3, and that one's good. The kid's got 16. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better caught to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on a team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
It's been a solid outing for the kid. 16 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's been an important part of his game today. He's made his open looks.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Mahinmi. Scola comes in for David West. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And it's Watson in for Hill. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Nicholson's checked in for Vucevic. Gordon comes in for Channing Frye. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Harris. And it's Payton in for Oladipo. Back to Payton. He kicks it to Nicholson. High post shot. Scola with the rebound. Indiana leading.
You know, with the time left, they can trade 2 for 1 here.
If they hurry.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Orlando's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Here's the kid. He's guarded by Stuckey. There's the triple. And he drops it in. Just a pretty release there from the kid. The Kids got the game tied up here for the Magic. Pacers have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Scola, a screen on Peyton. Watson kicks to Stuckey. Pass to Miles. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah,
That's it.
And you know this, man.
It's a club that has hit about 80% of its free throws during the season. Very impressive number.
and they've made.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Indiana out.
Well, Nick, a competitive battle out here for you tonight. What's been the mindset for you and this team?
All right, listen closely, man. I've got a few things to touch on. We're going to turn this from a close game into our game.
And it's been a back and forth so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. A fantastic game from the kid in this one.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4. Rodney Stuckey out there with Hill. And it's Mahinmi in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the Pacers 5. Clock at 6. Right side Hill. Second chance shot and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
He's perfect from the line this time. The Magic trail by 3. The kid passes to Fry. Here's the kid. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
George dishes to Hill. Here's Mahinmi. It's hauled in by Harris.
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you've got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Indiana.
Tobias Harris, a combo forward, originally drafted by the Bucks out of Tennessee. I love his game. He does a little bit of everything and does it all well. He can handle, he shoots it a bit from outside. Not sure what his best position is going forward, but he's a quality player.
The shot's good from the kid.
Absolutely on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's where he's getting his points.
Hill up top. 5 points in the game, and the shot is good. Hill's got 7 points in the game.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Here's the kid, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Over the last month, let's see how the Magic performed in the NBA statistics. First in shooting percentage, first in three-point field goal percentage, and they're also ranked #1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
Stands out to me, and this is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots, and when they do that and they're on their game, they're tough to beat.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Indiana trailing here. Outside Hill. There's a good screen. From 13, Orlando grabs the miss. The kid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And he banks in the layup. The kid's got 10 points here in the second half.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Hill drives in. It's hauled in by the Magic. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
And what caused them to lose that last matchup was the mistakes. I mean, they just committed too many turnovers, and they were sloppy with the ball, and that's why they lost.
That ball's nice speed that time from George. And that's now 9 points for Hill. Magic have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. The Kid, his three-pointers off the mark. And sloppy play call to be avoided at all costs.
Kevin, just take care of the ball. That's what you want to tell him. Just take care of the ball. Don't throw weak passes. Don't be careless. Don't telegraph your passes. If you keep your focus mentally, you won't make those kinds of careless mistakes.
Got that one up quick. The Kid's got 32 points in the game.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Here's West. And at last, they get one to fall. Mahimi's got 6 in the quarter. The Magic have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. The Kid passes to Harris. Here's the Kid. A three-pointer off the mark. And Indiana shooting 45% from the field since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Here's Hill, and the layup falls. Hill's got the lead up to 3 now for Indiana.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
No good. And Indiana will come the other way. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
Well, no doubt the Milwaukee fans want to see the Bucks take that game.
The Magic trail by 5. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence. He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
1:06 left in the third quarter of the game. West setting the pick for Hill. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Well, Steve, George Hill starting at point guard. Maybe more of a combo guard than a true point.
Good work. Good work.
Oh, yeah, man.
He's not a classic.
And here are the Pacers now. A 2-point game on the court for Orlando. Gordon out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then there's Luke Ridnour. Then there's Payton. And it's Harkless in at the 3. Shot clock at 6. Here's Miles. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Miles has got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, you talk about Hill defensively now. 6'3", athletic, long arms, extremely smart, knows how to avoid being screened, never gives up on plays. And, you know, from his time with the Spurs and now Coach Vogel in Indy, he has the outstanding technique to complement those physical tools, and that makes him one of the best defenders at his position.
Stuckey brings the double team. The wide open look here for Oladipo. And a miss there on the triple. And he gets the bucket.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside. And you know the other thing I like about George Hill, an excellent caretaker of the ball. He may not create a ton of...
Watch out! Oh, down there, man!
What a great battle these teams are waging today.
Yeah, you get the feeling, Steve, the game could swing on just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
Watson kicks to George. Hibbert with a screen for George. Hibbert inside. Vucevic defending, and it's Hibbert missing. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling. He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's the Kid. Connects from 3-point range. The Kid's got 38 points.
This is incredible. It's been a 3-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
Watson kicks to George. Indiana moving the ball around. And Watson with the basket on the assist by Hibbert. And the Pacers lead by 1. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark and Steve. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Boy, after all this energy that both teams have expended, you're right, Clark. This would be a tough one to lose.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Indiana making some changes. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. West comes in for Luis Scola. And George Hills subbed in for C.J. Watson. Channing Fries checked in for Orlando. Harris comes in for Harkless. No good from the kid. The Pacers have gone 4-7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And it's Hill penetrating. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Hill's got 12 points in just the second half.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
They double him with George. And so here is Indiana. The Pacers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. The drive by Hill. That one rolling around and rims out. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
You know, he's not somebody they lean on for points, but when he does score, that's a bonus.
They double him with George. Oladipo against Stuckey. Here's the kid, and Mahinmi with the block. Hill against Oladipo. Stuckey drives inside. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Magic trail by 5. Here's the kid. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
Knocked away, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. .106 left in the fourth. 6 to shoot. George up top, guarded by Harris.
Well, I think sort of just playing this one out now as they get the last rebound. They really haven't had much success today controlling the missed shot.
The kid, yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Wow. What can you say?
This may be their most important possession.
Yeah, as long as they don't make a mistake here, they should be safe.
It's West with the drive. Nails it!
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
Here's the kid. Money!
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too.
Boy, in a close game especially, those plays really hurt. Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
Here's Harris. Oh, missed it. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
Outside Hill. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Long range from the inbound. Got it!
I'll tell you what, they are dialed